Hello, family. Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shifts. You will have noticed that throughout this week, we've been talking about communication, conversation, and how we approach majorly our conversations in life and how they will benefit us. So I want us to shift our mind concerning conversations. So today, we're going to talk a little bit also about conversation and communication. Okay, let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Make sure you communicate your expectations clearly to people you will relate with today to avoid confusion and lack of accountability. Make sure you communicate your expectations clearly to people you will relate with today to avoid confusion and lack of accountability. It sounds simple, right? Nah, but let me tell you this, all right? This is where so many of us mess it up, including me. I'm not exonerating myself from this. Whether it is in our relationships, our workplaces, or even in our personal goals, there is a misalignment of expectations. And misaligned expectations are like potholes on the road to success. If you don't address them, you will feel the bump every single time. You will feel the bump every single time. So that is what I want us to talk about in some few minutes. There is this thing that I want to say, all right? Why does this matter? Why clear communication and expectations matter? Every single relationship, whether personal or professional, it thrives or fails based on one thing: understanding. Every relationship in our lives, mine and yours, succeeded or failed based on one main thing: understanding. And the truth is, misunderstanding doesn't happen because people are lazy or unkind. Most of the time, it happens because one person assumed the other just knew what they wanted. But let me be real with you. Nobody can read your mind. Not your spouse, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your co-worker, not your friend, not your kids. Nobody can read your mind. And that is a harsh reality I want you to know. When you don't clearly communicate your expectations, you are setting people up to fail. And when they fail, because of your lack of clarity, you get frustrated. They get frustrated too. And before you know it, the relationship is gone. The relationship suffers. See, there is a cost associated with unspoken or unclear expectation. And that is very important for you to hear me. When expectations are unclear or unspoken, they lead to three things: confusion, frustration, lack of accountability. They lead to confusion. People don't know what you want from them. People don't know what you need from them. They lead to frustration. Both sides feel let down because the outcome doesn't match the vision. Lack of accountability. When there is no clarity, there is no ownership. Think about it. How many times have you heard or said these phrases? I thought you knew what I meant. I assumed you'd handle it. Why didn't you just ask me? Or I didn't know you wanted it to get done that way. You've heard it before. These are symptoms of unclear expectations, and they happen in every area of our life. Let me give you some example. At work, maybe you tell your team to get it done, but you did not define what success looks like. Then you are upset when the result is not what you wanted. In relationships, maybe you expect your partner to support you, but you never explain what support looks like for you, whether it is words of encouragement, acts of service, or quality time. Maybe with friends, you assume your friends know how you like to be celebrated. So you feel let down when they don't show up in the way you imagined. See, unclear expectations create unnecessary tension. And here's the worst part. When people feel confused or frustrated long enough, they stop trying. They just stop trying. This is what I want you to do. You need to take ownership of your expectation. If you want clear communication, it starts with you. A lot of us fall into the trap of blaming other people when things go wrong. They should have known better. Why didn't they ask me for more details? How could they not get it? But see, let me tell you something. Hard but necessary truth. That blame game doesn't solve anything. If you did not communicate your expectations, then you cannot expect other people to meet them. Clarity is going to be your responsibility. If you want someone to follow through, you need to make the ask very clear. If you want a specific result, you need to define what success looks like. If you want accountability, you need to set boundaries and set deadlines. This is about taking ownership of your part in the process. When you do that, you empower other people to step up. See, these are the 3 C's of clear expectation: clarity, consistency, and compassion. Clarity, consistency, and compassion. See, when you have to be clear, say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't just use vague phrases like "I need this soon." What does soon mean? An hour, a day, next week, next year? Just do your best. What does best look like? What are the standards? I need your support. What specific actions would feel supportive to you? Be very specific. Give details. For example, I need this report by 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Boom. Specific. For this particular project, I'd like you to focus on quality over speed. Boom. They now know where they need to focus their energy on. I feel supported if you could check in with me at the end of every day. Boom. That is specific. See, the more specific you are, the less room there is for confusion, and you need to be consistent. Expectations should not be a one. It's not about you've done it once and you've done it. You've done it. No. You have to be consistent. You cannot just say something once and assume it will stick forever. Expectations need to be revisited, clarified, and adjusted as circumstances change. Think about it like this. If you're driving and the road ahead gets foggy, what do? You slow down. You turn on your headlights. You adjust your route if necessary. The same goes for expectations. You check in. You adjust. You make sure everyone is still on the same page. And compassion. You need to remember that people are still human beings, and that is where most of us fail. Because you've said and expected somebody to do something and they don't do it, you think, they don't want to do it. You've forgotten that they are human beings. Even with clear communication, mistakes will happen. People will forget. Misunderstandings will occur, and that is okay. When it does, you need to approach the situation with compassion. Instead of pointing fingers, you need to ask questions. What part of this was not clear? How can I help make this easier next time? Is there something I could have done differently to support this person, to support you? See, compassion doesn't mean you are lowering your standards. It means you are creating a safe space for accountability and for growth. See, let me just say this before I went today up. Accountability is going to be very important. Accountability is key. When expectations are clear, accountability becomes possible. And accountability is the glue that holds relationship, teams, and goals together. Think about it. How can someone be held accountable if they don't even know what is expected of them? You cannot hold someone to a standard they did not agree to or they did not even understand. When you communicate clearly, you are not just setting expectations. You are creating a system where everyone knows their role. Everyone knows their responsibilities. Everyone knows their impact. Do you understand me? It's important for you to also know that your responsibility, you need to know your responsibility in relationships. Here's the bottom line. Nobody is responsible for reading your mind. If you want something, say it. If you need something, ask for it. If something is not working, address it. This is not about being demanding or controlling. It's about being intentional and being respectful. When you communicate clearly, you are not just advocating for yourself, you are also showing respect for the other person's time, for the other person's energy, and for the other person's effort. Here's my final thought today. Evaluate your expectations. Are they clear? Are they realistic? Have you communicated them? Take responsibility. Stop blaming others for misunderstanding. It is your understanding that lacks something. Instead, focus on improving how you communicate. Lead with compassion. Remember, clear communication is a skill. It takes time to master. Give yourself and other people grace as you learn. All right? When you communicate your expectations clearly, you eliminate confusion, you build accountability, and you strengthen